Hello there, my name is John Hartson, and I'm just going to give you a little insight into how my gambling addiction came about, when I started gambling, the effects that it had eventually on me, and then ultimately I'm going to talk about my recovery. I was gambling right the way through my teenage years, and I remember every spare penny I had, I put in these puggies, these one-arm fruit machines if you like, and that became a bit of an addiction as well. I'd put most of my money in them, and then I had the opportunity then to move up to become a professional footballer up to Luton Town, and then as I started earning bigger money, became a professional footballer, I'd open accounts then. I'd open accounts because I didn't want to be seen going into local bookmakers or seen at horse. And also, Premier League footballers, I'm not saying every single one of them bet, but I would almost say that I've played in teams where betting is very, very prevalent. You know, when I finished training about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the first thing I thought about is how can I go and fill my day either in the bookies or in the casinos. And then you're still gambling, you're getting yourself into a little bit of debt. And I think at that particular time, I was feeling very, very stressed. I was feeling anxious because I knew I was going to come to the end of my career, and it left me with a little bit of debt around me and things like this. And I believe that stress that I put myself under with my gambling made me quite ill. And then after that, I went on I was diagnosed with testicular cancer that spread to my lungs and my brain, and I'm not saying that was the focal reason, but I just think the stress levels and the pressure that I would put myself under trying to deal with bills coming through the door and letters and things like this, that would have certainly put me under a lot of stress. And I believe, you know, stress can bring on illnesses when people are stressed, anxiety, all these sort of things that I suffered from. And then it came to a situation, it came to a head where I actually got tired with the life that I was leading at that particular time. I was telling a lot of lies, I was being deceitful, I was being sly. Now, I'm not a deceitful person, but it's the addiction that can make you this type of person. I decided that I'd had enough of living that way, and I wanted to change my life in so many ways. I became tired with the person that I was becoming. Everybody who loved me, I turned my back on them. Everybody who tried to help me, I just ignored them. I wouldn't take any notice because I was so consumed in my gambling addiction. And eventually it made me, I was tired of being that person, and I desperately wanted to change. And then ultimately, now I'm nearly 16 years. I'm in a really good place. I'm abstinent. I've not had a bet for 16 years. I don't think about gambling. I think of positive things. I think about helping others, helping them with their recovery. Because when I first went to GA 15 years ago now, somebody was there to offer their support to me. And one of the big reasons I continue to go to GA is because I feel I have a duty of care to help these newcomers coming through the door, because it's very, very difficult to break that cycle of an addiction. And today's world of gambling is, you know, the effects of social media. Now it's everywhere. It's everywhere you look. Cryptocurrency. It's on your phone, it's on your computer. There's adverts that come on every sort of advert break. It's about gambling. People can gamble in their living room these days, and their partners and their family won't know what they're doing. Because the new report from GCPH shines a light on all these influences on gambling amongst young men in particular. You know, you've got social media platforms now, and children in school are actually gambling on their phones as young as 12, 13, 10 years of age. And we've certainly got to do more, whether it's education, whether it's you've got to help these young men before they get into a situation where it's too late. And this is why I'm so passionate about helping people deal with their problems, because I don't want people to go down the same avenue as I went down. And this is my opportunity through the workshops that we do now with the John Hartson Foundation, and my wife Sarah, and obviously Tony Marini, who works up at the Castle Craig Hospital. So certainly for me, you know, there's lots of things that definitely can improve, and hopefully with the new report from GCPH, we can get on to all the different aspects and help these young men.